Freeman for Iowa is really good. I've always liked Freeman. He's a sophomore now, and you can just see like he knows how to play. Iowa is next. They are a really good offensive team. If we put 5 people together here in the radio station and did a pickup game, we would score points.
Depends on the 5. I feel semi-confident.
No, we'd score. Against Iowa, we'd score points. Right. Just thought I'd point it out.
Now, I would love to be in that post-game press conference with Fran if that happens.
If we scored points? No, we'd score points. I didn't say we'd win.
No. Hey, still
points.
Still would score points. One thing we saw, you talked about the shot selection, especially that one where it brought Penn State back with 11 unanswered. You felt like they did that in Piscataway too. Penn State just couldn't take advantage of it enough. They weren't shooting well enough.
Well, the first half, they got so far behind.
Exactly.
They got down 17 points and then played a really terrific second half and had a shot to take the lead.
Yep.
This time, they stayed in contact with them and then had to lead themselves at halftime.
Yeah.
37-35.
Yeah. And did a great job. And obviously, it's a big one. You're getting a chance to beat that team. And obviously, you held
just
hard.
to beat anybody.
Yeah,
you needed to win.
Needed to get back
now
on the
you're
right
13
track.
and 6. Now you're 3 and 5 in the conference. Now you get a 2-game road trip where I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but it's a 2-game road trip where both games are winnable.
Sure.
Look, Ace looked good last night. Ace may not quite be 100%. Okay? Ace might not be 100%. Okay? We know that. But, boy, the last 2 games, he has scored 42 points. He had 20 at Michigan State. He had 22 last night.
Yep.
He also was 3 of 7 in threes last night. That was big for Ace. And you could just see the way he had 8 more assists last night. Again, just it looked more like Ace. And let's go back to the Oregon game. Tough 1-point loss. They had a real chance to win that game without Ace in the lineup.
Yeah.
But let me point out where without Ace in the lineup really came to the front. The last 4 offensive possessions Penn State had in the game against Oregon, the person that crossed the timeline with the ball never gave the ball up and took the shot. There wasn't a single pass in the last 4 possessions once that person crossed the timeline. Well, now you look at the end of last night's game, got hot, and then the big one to me was when Nick attacked. When they went with the diamond press, Nick attacked, scored that bucket. That was the one that put the game away. So, yeah.
Did a great job on Harper, too, obviously. Harper did not have a great night, but I think part of that was Penn State defensively.
Ace did a great job on Harper last night, and Harper late in the game, this was like out of frustration, took a hero shot. Like, that's not a good shot. He took like a 25-foot 3 straight on. Can he hit it? Yeah, but it was a hero shot. It was early.
Agreed.
It was like no. He was 3 of 11 last night.
Yeah.
Bailey was absolutely
30 points.
Phenomenal.
Tremendous.
I mean, anybody who went last night, okay? Now, both of those people are going to be in the NBA. Harper and Bailey.
I think Bailey's more ready, I think, though. I think right now.
Well, Harper leads the league in scoring.
He does.
I mean, believe me. The first time they played, Harper was the better player.
Yeah, I think so. And plus,
look, they're both going to be in the NBA after this year.
And
they are not
both going to be high picks, too.
Right.
They're not going to be. Yeah.
Harper's fine. Okay?
Yep.
Ace just did a great job on Harper last night.
Yep.
Not a good job. Did a great job on Harper and had him frustrated. Harper was out of sync. Bailey, 6'10", drive, dunk. 6'10", step back, 22-foot 3. Got it. Swish. He was 13 of 15. Yeah. He had 30 points last night. But what has been the knock on Rutgers this season? The knock on Rutgers this season has been outside of Bailey and Harper, who helps out?
Absolutely.
Now, when they beat Nebraska, Martini really helped out. When they beat Nebraska, Williams really helped out. And they won 85-82 at Nebraska, stopping their 20-game home court winning streak on Thursday night. I mean, that was a really good win for them. And they had, Grant helped, right? Last night, Harper didn't have a good game. It was Bailey. He had the 30. And they scored 72 points last night. The other guys only scored 42. And guess what? They were 14 of 39. Now, for those scoring at home, that's 36%. You didn't realize that, did you?
14 of 39, 36%.
Yeah.
There are tricks to figure out percentages that we've figured out over time.
Yes. Yes. One of two is 50. Okay.
Yeah. Well, obviously that too.
You
but
scare the daylights out of me.
No, I do the same thing you do.
You frighten me.
I have had people tell me, like, I can't believe you still just physically write stuff down. I do. And that's how I've always done it. I write down handwrite stats, handwrite percentages. I've always done it.
But again, what was 15? No, he was 13 of 15. Bailey was 13 of 15. The other guys were 14 of 39.
Yeah. Yep.
Penn State won the two lines last night. The free throw line, the 3-point line, 52 to 32, plus 20.
Yep.
Again, we talk about the two lines have been important. We've talked about it forever.
Yeah, my point with as well. Yeah, both guys with Bailey and Harper, both guys absolutely be in the NBA. But that 6'10" span is where I'm looking at with Bailey. I think that's where
the 6'10",
you have
you're seeing in the NBA
absolutely
that player. Yeah. I remember when Ralph Sampson played at Virginia, and Ralph Sampson could face up and hit.
Yeah.
All right. But they still wanted him to play with his back to the basket.
Yes.
You don't get that anymore. I mean, does Bailey once in a while go in and play with his back to the basket?
Yeah.
He's a 6'10" guy with 6'4" guard skills.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Don't.
He also got 2 T's last night.
That's correct.
I mean, what are you doing? I mean, see, that's the lack of poise. And you're like, you're trying to get back in the game. Go back to the other end and play defense. It's like the kid for the Texans the other day after the fumble against Kansas City, throwing his helmet
and shoving coach.
His coach. What are you throwing your helmet for? What are you doing?